Welcome to another edition of VERITAS Half Hour. VERITAS Half Hour is our weekly television program where we discuss academic excellence and quality formation at VERITAS University, Abuja. This week, we are looking at work ethics and performance evaluation at VERITAS University, Abuja. My name is Cyril Ole, your regular host. A one-day seminar on work ethics for staff of VERITAS University, Abuja took place at the university. The seminar started with opening prayer conducted by Reverend Monsignor Dr. Michael Sasa.
Move with us. We have a target, and the target is a good, vibrant community, God-fearing, bound in love, and looking forward to eternal salvation. And may we invite the Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Professor Ichoku, to give us.
Immediately after the opening prayer, the Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Professor Hyacinth Ichoku, gave opening remarks on the ethics seminar. Father Ichoku was immediately followed by Reverend Father Dr. Peter Okonkwo, Chairman Ethics Committee at the university, who introduced the essence of the seminar on work ethics.
Do well to read it and study it. It will help you. And based on that, we are going to touch the area of work ethics. What will be the best practice, not just in Nigeria, but internationally? What is expected of anybody of integrity working in a standard university, a Catholic university like VERITAS? And after looking at the work ethics, we are going to have time to interact with those that will be presenting and talking to us on work ethics. And then we go into the code of conduct. We are going to address the issues of the first moral principle that we have to convince and start from where the innermost of our heart. As I was driving to school someday last month, I was listening to the radio, and the radio was talking about how we can effect change, how we can impact the society, how we can turn the society around through our behavior, through our actions. And the man was saying, we don't just start. You don't just say, I want my actions to be transformative. You must, first of all, do what is needful. The fundamental thing is to, first of all, go into the inner recesses of your mind. You must, first of all, think and ask yourself, what are my thoughts? What are my thoughts? What are the kind of things I think? Because we need to be conscious of it, because it is from what we think that we develop our words.
Also at the seminar, Professor Epiphany Azinge, legal luminary, spoke on the need for staff to imbibe workplace ethics that promotes hard work, dedication, and selfless service.
Take that punctuality, look, because already in your heart, you've made up your mind that you will give your best to this establishment. Made up your mind that you will do so. And one thing that I bother to talk about is that you never know. No knowledge is wasted, no experience is also wasted. You never know when certain things will be useful or beneficial to you. You never know. You never can say. So when you keep running from pillar to post, avoiding and evading what you are supposed to do because you want A to do it so that you will not do it, you are grooming A. You are grooming A, wittingly or unwittingly. You are grooming A and putting back yourself. When I was special advisor to series of attorneys general of this federation, I went in there with my mind to serve. And all the people that I worked with, starting from Bola Jibola to Clement Akpambo to Oluomo Gorowa to Chief Michael Amamuche, from 1991 to 1997 that I was in the Ministry of Justice, it was full commitment. What did I not do? I wrote speeches for heads of state in this country. I reacted to issues, internationalized and otherwise. But I had some other colleagues who were saying, as you may, you'll be sufferhead, go and do it. But I benefited immeasurably from throwing myself into such things. So that when I became Director General of Nigeria Institute of Advanced English Studies, so many of these things were at my beck and call. And I used them to an advantage. So no experience is wasted. So if you are pushing something to somebody else, you are building the person, you are building the person. Carry away from that fact. But will that person accept that he or she is being groomed indirectly or directly? Don't ever think that you are giving too much to any institution or establishment as a person. Don't ever think it, because we are also learning. Our current pocket is less than satisfactory. We are not denying that fact. Wasn't by what the author clearly alluded to corruption and sharp practices here and there. They become commonplace, and workers are not worried by the situation.
The university bursar, Mrs. Margaret Akpoje, also spoke on the need for staff to imbibe good ethics for management of meager resources in order to achieve more.
Some other work, it should be defined. It's not just take the money that is given to you to do work, you will go and do a hazard job. Then tomorrow, that building is collapsing. Tomorrow, that light that you say you installed is no longer working, and money has been paid for it. Tomorrow, people have accidents, get involved in accidents because of your incompetence. Please let us learn to use the money we are given to do some work. Let us use it appropriately. Our objectivity in deciding on what we want to tell the VC about the cost is very, very important. We should not try to do away with that. We have to be very fair in our decision. When we are proving things for our junior staff, we have to be fair. Weigh it. Are you doing it the right way? Are you doing it the wrong way to benefit you or to benefit the staff, and then make the university go into a loss? That is not good. We have to watch it. Laws, rules, and regulations are very important in keeping accounting documents. We give you money to do some things. Please report to us what we have given you. Report to us what you have used that money for. And we are having headache in getting those responses. Many of you, I don't want to mention units or different places. We entrusted responsibility into your hands. We gave you money to use, and you don't want to give a feedback. What do I mean by a feedback? Analyzing the income you have received and the expenses you have made, whether you have made profit or not. You will say you want to take loan. You will take loan. When we start deducting, you start making noise. It's not right. Take loan within what you can pay. I have seen somebody make a request, and what is supposed to be deducted cannot be accommodated into the salary. I refuse. And you go about, they say they will not approve my request. You know what it is right. Let us do the right thing. Let us seek the truth, and let the truth set us free. Thank you.
Reverend Father Dr. Cyril Obanure, a member of the Ethics Committee, describes work ethics as a companion. Reverend Father Obanure says work ethics is not optional, but should be imbibed by staff as a way of life.
The work ethics is not something that is optional or you interact with at intervals. It's a body level. You walk along with it. It's a companion. And so in that second part of the keynote address, I have decided to build it on two principles. The principle of in loco parentis and the principle of discipline. First, may we be reminded, as he has rightly said at the beginning, that VERITAS University is a faith-based university.
Also at the seminar, Barrister Francis Ochei, Principal Assistant Registrar, VERITAS University, Abuja, made a presentation on examination ethics.
What if in a private university like VERITAS, a student comes 5 minutes late, and as a lecturer I can tell you, do not come into my class, and then the student challenges your authority and says, sir, I have paid my full school fees, I have a right to enter class, and I will enter this classroom. What do we do? What do we do in such situation? I know that most times, most lecturers will probably just walk out of the class or cancel that class for the day. It's a slippery slope. And I know some academics are probably wondering what I'm trying to say, but the point is that we have to respect the rights of our students. The student who has paid school fees has the right to be in that classroom. Exactly what I said. It's controversial. It is controversial. But listen, hear me out. Hear me out. Before you show me wrong. Hear me out. Hear me out. you will have an opportunity to react later. You have an opportunity to react later. Thank God the chairman said at the end of all the presentations, you know. But the thing is this. A student has made things. A student will have a genuine reason for coming into class. Assuming you are having a class at block D, a 1 o'clock to 3 p.m. class. And then immediately after you have a 3 p.m. class in the auditorium here. It is going to take that student about 5 to 10 minutes to walk from that room to the auditorium here. By the time he gets here, the lecturer is already in the hall. In such genuine cases, you now deny that student who has actually shown interest in attending this class. Do you deny him the opportunity of acquiring knowledge? In such instances, do we do that? Now, let me give you another instance. Even for the most unserious students, the notorious ones we know that are not serious at all, even if he comes 15 minutes late, the fact that he has even made an attempt to come that day, you never can tell. Maybe if you are that lecture, you may hear 1 or 2 things that may spark that interest in his life. But if you take the hard stance and tell him to stay outside, walk out, you miss that opportunity. This is my own thinking on the whole thing.
Some of the facilitators also spoke to our team at the end of the seminar. You spoke on work ethics and performance evaluation. What's the summary of your presentation?
Well, the summary is that we have at the moment noticed that there is a work ethics deficit in the country, and we have tried to highlight the reasons why and also preferred solution going forward, how to make sure that we enthrone the principles of work ethics in our system. We've noticed that for each organization or institution, the propelling factor will be their vision and mission statement. And everybody should work towards achieving that. And by so doing, you see that once they work towards achieving that, the work ethics will be established and flourish thereafter. But a lot has to be done in terms of recruitment standards, the quality of people recruited, whether they are recruited on merit or not, amongst others. The issue of discipline, integrity, dignity of labor are things that we cannot gloss over. So with all those things, I believe that we can make progress going forward. But Veritas University, being a faith-based university and a Catholic university for that matter, is one that we cannot take for granted, because people coming in here are deemed to those who are deep in the scriptures and in the dogma of the Catholic Church. And to that extent, it means that we should not be preaching work ethics to them, because they know that right deep in their consciousness, they are here to serve, not to serve only man, but to serve God. So we expect more from them than what we expect outside here.
Who drives work ethics in an institution like Veritas University?
Well, you have heard me repeatedly talk about leadership, and not just leadership from the top. In our various spheres, maybe as far as the media is concerned, you are the leader. They are heads of department, they are deans. So we have leaders all over the place. So those leaders must sit up and assume responsibility and make themselves role model that those working under them can look up to them and say, if he is doing this, I have to do this as well.
Finally, Prof, do you think that this seminar or workshop should be a regular...
Well, it should be,
right.
but let people not take it for granted, because like I rightly pointed out, outside it should be, but inside here, it ought not to be, because there should also be sanction mechanism. If we try as much as possible to make sure that we get you to fit into the standards, if you fail to, disciplinary measures can follow, and after that somebody can be expelled or sacked from the institution. By the time you do that to 1 or 3 people, other people will sit on.
Sanction mechanism, I think, should also go with mechanisms for commendation.
Of course, that's what we talk about, reward
system.
system.
Right.
So if you are doing well, you should be rewarded. If you are not doing well, you should be so sanctioned.
Thank you, Professor Epiphany Asinge, legal luminary, for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
We have with us Reverend Father Barrister Dr. Peter Okonkwo, who is the chairman of the Ethics Committee at Veritas University, Abuja. His committee is spearheading today's seminar and workshop on work ethics. Father, how is it going so far?
Yeah, so far, we are all happy that almost every staff of Veritas answered this call because they understood the part that ethics plays in arresting most of the difficulties we have in Veritas University and as a university community. So we are so much impressed that the staff, majority of the staff are here present, and we are so happy that our resource person in the name of Professor Azinge really did justice to the topic and really expatiated on the issue of work ethics in Nigeria and also Veritas University. We are so happy.
Father, one would think that in a faith-based university such as Veritas University Abuja, we don't need to beg people to work. Or is it not so? We are taking it for granted.
Really, Veritas University is a faith-based university, and we are trying to create a community whereby both staff and students will always be conscious of the fact of the values for which Catholic Church is known for. I know even the staff and students, as they come in initially to work in Veritas, they must have come with some other values that are not Catholic or faith-based. So we are patient with them. We are hoping that through this constant conference of the Ethics Committee, both staff and students will be formed in terms of ethical values, because we are so sure with standard ethical values and morals in Veritas, many of the ills of the society and the community will be cured, and Veritas will be a happy community. We are looking forward to creating a Veritas University community where everyone is happy to come to work, everyone is happy to stay more than 2/3 of the hours of the day and happy to go home.
Father, what are the mechanisms for reporting to your committee or to the university management in the event there is dereliction of duties?
We know that every unit in Veritas are logically connected, and we know that what we are trying to establish in Veritas is in such a way that when you see any wrong being done anywhere, you always know the right place to report. And we know that if you are the head of every unit, you know where to next chain of command and next place to report. We know that Ethics Committee is in the office in Block A. So, but that's just one office. But we have all the units connected in Veritas that if you report to any of the units, it will eventually be reported at the appropriate place. So, but we are thinking that Ethics Committee will just be the propelling force to this formation. We are hoping and looking forward to a time where every staff will be conscious of the ethical demands and the challenges of moral life in Veritas.
Thank you, Reverend Father Barrister Dr. Peter Okonkwo, former registrar of Veritas University, Abuja, currently the chairman, Ethics Committee at the same university. Thank you for talking to us,
Thank you so much. We are so grateful.
Thank you,
Thank
Father.
you.
Barrister Francis Oche, he spoke at the seminar on Code of Conduct and Ethics for staff of Veritas University, Abuja. Barrister, thank you for agreeing to talk to us.
Thanks for having me.
Talking of ethics at Veritas University, Abuja, what are we looking at?
Well, what we're trying to do is to put it in the minds of our staff, about the work, the ethics basically, the code of conduct and ethics of this university.
Okay.
As we're aware, part of the mission of this university is to train students, both to form them both in character and in learning. Okay. And for us to be able to do that, we want to ensure that our staff, academic staff and non-teaching staff, are also equipped with the right work ethics to be able to mentor our students and to be able to, guide them properly. So the whole essence of this seminar was just to, like a reminder, basically, to all our staff that we have a big responsibility on our hands to train our students here and ensuring that we guide them properly. They look up to us. We are like mentors to them. So we have to behave properly before we can also tell them to behave properly. So basically that's what we...
So what are the key ingredients of your own presentation? What are the key ingredients? Are you talking of lateness to work, or going home too early, or not coming at all? What are those key ingredients?
Well, we're talking about everything.
Okay.
We're talking about everything. For the academic staff, we're trying to ensure that they teach well.
Okay.
We try to press it on them that they have to teach well. In the way they conduct their lectures, they have to also respect the rights of students. We don't want the situation...
Not lord it over them.
Not lord it over them, yes. Mm-hmm. We know that this present generation seems to be a very laid-back generation, and so we have extra work to do. So in as much as we try to, teach them, pass on the knowledge based on whatever it is they are studying, whatever discipline they find themselves in, we also have a moral duty to also ensure that we carry them along in everything that we do. So for our academic staff, we're telling them to make sure they teach well, go in depth, also respect students. Sometimes, the academic staff don't like it when students come late to class, but at the same time, students have rights. They have every right to attend classes, even if they come 5 minutes, 10 minutes late. So we try to tell them, take it a little bit easy on them, still allow them to enter the class, pass on the knowledge to them. There's a way you can talk to them and actually get a transformation. Not necessarily telling them to stay outside or you walk them out of the class. The same thing with our non-teaching staff also. We want them to be very, very polite to our students. You understand? Because at the end of the day, we are all here for the students. The students are the most important part of the university system. Without the students, there's no university.
Right.
So we are here to provide, as non-teaching staff, we provide support service. So we are supposed to be extra nice to them, in as much as we try to guide them in what they have to do. So most of the things we centered on was how to have that good relationship with students, and also as staff to ensure that we do the right things.
We have been talking with Barrister Francis Ochei, one of the resource persons at today's seminar. Barrister, thank you for talking to us. We appreciate you. Thank you.
By 8 and by 10, we are still waiting for you to be here.
We have come to the end of another edition of Veritas Half Hour. Veritas Half Hour is our weekly television program where we discuss academic excellence and quality formation at Veritas University, Abuja. This week, we took a look at work ethics and performance evaluation at Veritas University, Abuja, where an array of dignitaries came in to talk to the teaching and non-teaching staff about work ethics. It's been nice having you. Thank you for investing your time with us. My name is Cyril Ole. Thank you.